Hey, what's up, guys? It's been about 24 hours since I've been back from BotCon, so I figured, hey, let's share some memories. It's, you know, this whole Transformers convention thing has basically become my yearly routine at this point. There's been, I think, let's see, five? I think I've done five, no. I've done one a year for the last 4 years at least. And there's been a couple years when I've done two, so I've done about 7 cons now, I think. So yeah, it's kind of become a staple of my year, and it's always the highlight. Well, at least now that I'm done playing basketball, it seems like it's gonna be the highlight of my year because it's fun. I get to meet you guys, I get to buy robots, and I just get to make plenty of memories with my friends, and it's a good time to just get away from it all, you know? It's a really good vacation of sorts when I don't always go on vacations, you know? But let's go through some of my memories and just see what I can remember. So I promptly got on the road about Wednesday afternoon and stayed at a hotel halfway there, and then Thursday was when it kind of started to kick off because a few custom classes were going on, and of course, Transformer Land came, so they're my sponsors, you know, and good friends of mine, so I decided I was going to help them out early. Well, Derek Bigsby from Realm of Collectors came up to me and said, hey, you're going to be doing the YouTube panel. We got to get you a VIP badge. So instead of me getting my convention weekend pass, I get a VIP badge to just roam about the con and go in and get clearance to basically just about everything I need to do. So I was basically pressed the entire time, which was kind of cool, so I could, you know, video stuff. So that was cool. But yeah, so Jake and them got there about 5-6 o'clock, so then we started unpacking. But before that, I ran into Jeff and Jeremiah, which is great. We hugged it out and got excited again to see each other, which was just funny because they entered the bags tournament again and almost won for 2 years in a row, but got beat by some kind of technicality in the whole thing and the whole tournament for whatever reason. But my eyes, they're basically like Duke, and then Jeremiah said that too, that they're always getting counted out like Duke, which is funny. Like I said, they had the bags tournament, but they also had a new thing this year, the Blockies tournament, which was cool. It was like you built the Blockies, and since it was like a time thing, I think, and you went up against somebody, and whoever had the best time moved on. And then, of course, they had the cosplay contest. We'll get to that later. That had some funny connotations to it this year. But there was also the talent that was there also. We had the voice actors, is it Jenny Young or Jenny Yang, that plays RC and Chromia in the movie, the Transformers 1 movie. And then we had Dan Gilvezan, who plays Bumblebee, of course, in Generation 1. We had Michael Bell, who played Sideswipe, one of my favorite characters. We had Flint Dilley and another Michael Hill, the writers and guys that worked on the show. And then we also had John Bailey, the epic voice guy who also played Soundwave in TF1 and Shockwave in Bumblebee. So that was cool. And then, of course, we had Aaron Archer there. Aaron Archer's kind of become somewhat of a friend of mine in the past few years because he always comes and visits us when we're out in the lobby and hangs out with us for about an hour or so. So it's kind of become pretty cool to get to know him over the past couple of years. And, of course, we went out to dinner the Thursday night after we got unpacked and everything with the booth. And it was fun. We went and ate at Connor's like we did last year. I got steak. Steak. And then the next day, the dealer room opened, so nothing mattered at all. And this year was a little different because I didn't really have a firm plan, but I still kind of went crazy this year, which is just insane. I bought a lot of stuff, which is not untypical for me. But the one thing I wanted to get was the DX9 Masterpiece Sideswipe, third-party Masterpiece Sideswipe that they did, which I got it in like seconds. Agabus had like a mess of them, so I was set there. But after that, I just kind of went a little bit, yeah, if I like it, I'll buy it, you know, kind of thing. But anyway, what was kind of exciting for me was the displays, of course, because we had the Blockies stuff was out everywhere at Agabus, and then, of course, they had a lot of third-party offerings. But Toy Dojo, Eddie and Boris from Toy Dojo and Ages 3 and Up were there, and that was cool because they had the variant version Ocular Max Stray, the drift that I just reviewed. Check it out if you haven't. Plug. I'll put a card up here, I think. Did I do it? I don't know. They had the variant type version of drift. I do have a picture of it right there. It's basically remolded to have a wide body kit and offset wheels to make it more and more of a drift car. Plus it comes with a wing, like a GT Time Attack wing. That's awesome. That's so cool. Which I don't know if I'm gonna sell the other one, but I'm like, so I'll probably have two. But that just concerns me because I know they're gonna do more, because Boris and me talked for about 30 minutes and he told me that they're planning on one to repaint it, which is great because that means we're gonna get a deadlock and hopefully a shattered glass. And maybe if we're good, we'll get Age of Extinction colors, and that thing in blue and yellow would be snazzy. But he also told me that they're probably going to do some more tuner cars, which means we're going to get the R34, which is just great. I'm very excited about that because he gets a lot of input now as someone who works close with those figures. He gets to add some input to what they make next. So that's exciting. But the next thing I was excited about was Metal Cardbot was on display, and I will tell you guys this, they are going to give Transformers a run for their money. Their plastic is good, their molding is great, their gimmicks are awesome, and they're just so solid. They're solid toys. And once those things hit American shelves, we're gonna have a problem as like with Hasbro's brand, they're gonna have a bit of a problem. Because they're going to have to step up their game if they're going to want to compete with Metal Cardbot, because it's pretty good, you know? Or two things are going to happen. They're either going to have to make the figures better at Hasbro, or they're going to have to make a good fiction to go along with it. Because it's not going to, you can't have one or the other with Metal Cardbot, because they're going to have you covered on both lanes. So you better step it up, or else we're going to get left behind. But anyway, another big booth that was there was Artfire 2000, owned by Chuck Liu and his buddy Johnny. Well, our buddy Johnny, because they're both friends of mine. So they have their great Japanese G1 booth, just plenty of gorgeous stone cold grails there. Just show you some footage here. This was some of the booth.
Hi, Chuck. How's it going?
Chuck's awesome. So is Johnny. They're both great people. Just go check out Artfire website. It's a fantastic website for some Japanese G1 grails. You really can't complain. Johnny's the one that actually got my Mercari Raiden given to me. He's the one that sold that to me. Actually, the reason he did is because he found a sealed G1 Raiden for like $250. So lucky bastard. But anyway, as the day went on, I just kind of hung out, made a couple sales with the TFL group, and did some networking. And of course, the next day was Saturday, and at noon I had my YouTuber panel, which it went okay. It went okay. We had a good time. We just kind of talked about what BotCon meant to us, and just kind of what our channels were about, and I answered a couple questions, you know. So it was good. It was good. I was with Toy Spotlight and like kind of the Realm of Collectors crew and TM Reviews, Sony of TM Reviews. So that was a good time. There are a lot of good guys on that panel with me. But anyway, it was mostly Saturday. It was just me mingling with the folks, mingling with the fans. I had some good fans coming up to me. Real good guy came up to me and talked to me during, I'm not going to reveal his name right now, but he came up and talked to me while I was out in the dealer room, so that was nice. And a lot of you actually came up and took a picture with me, so that was cool. But I had to think about 10, 15 people that came up and said, "Hey, are you Treebot Reviews?" And I was like, "Yeah." And we just kind of talked for a little bit, so that was cool. Also got to give a big shout out to Thrash C12, Proton, Nick, Cooper, and Max. You guys were awesome the entire weekend. Wish we could have hung out a little bit more, but I know you guys had to head out early a few different times for each one of you guys, but those are some of the coolest guys on the planet. There was also just hanging out parts parties. I found a lot of cool stuff at the parts parties that I was desperately missing. And then I just kind of drank some beer and hung out with the lads down in the lobby, which was good. Ben just gave us some funny stories about just TFL and just figures and whatnot, and we talked to the moon about Transformers all night, which is just great. But yeah, that was mostly the experience. The only weird thing that happened was during the cosplay contest, the mic was really loud, like really loud, and I don't know why. I really don't know why, but it was super loud. But other than that, we had a great time, and it was just a wholesome weekend. But so I guess we should look and see what I got at the dealer room. So let's talk toys. So before I left, I actually got something I want to show you guys. It's not part of the BotCon Haul, but I got a Micron Legend Skyfire, so that's pretty awesome. He's not sealed, so I am going to open him up, probably review him, because he is complete, has everything in there. I'll get to show the Optimus combination, because I do have an Optimus cab up there, sans trailer. But yeah, this is really exciting, because he's a really good figure. Like, as blocky and brickish as he is, he's a very, very good toy. So I very much look forward to showing him off to you guys at a future review, so it won't be too long. I bought these off Johnny. Thank you, man, for selling these to me. I got the re-releases from Walmart, the Rumble and, well, Frenzy technically, but we're calling him Rumble in my house, damn it. We got Rumble and Laserbeak for my Sound Blaster up there. Really happy to have these, because I need more cassettes for my G1 Soundwave and Sound Blaster up there. I really don't have that many cassettes besides Slugfest, Wing Thing, Enemy, and Buzzsaw, so these are really cool to have, so thanks, Johnny. With the HasLab coming out, I figured this would be just as good as a place to start buying some newer figures that I missed out on. I got Legacy Sideburn. He's not bad. He does a little bit of weird stuff with his arm articulation that I'm used to, but I like him. He's not too bad. He's actually more impressive than I thought, and he looks really good. Like, I like his paint. The paint work on him's great. The detailing's awesome, especially the head sculpt. The head sculpt's awesome. It's like a perfect modern reimagining of the original. But yeah, he's not as bad as people say it, or this mold isn't as bad as people say it is, but I'm really happy to have him too. As for the growing Universe collection, we got Universe Inferno. You're probably looking at this like, isn't this Red Alert? Yes and no, because it's supposed to be Red Alert, but they changed his name for whatever reason. But now it's basically retconned into Beast Wars Inferno, put into the wrong body, and now he's kind of cursed to only blast people with water. So yeah, that's kind of funny. So I'm really happy to have this, because this is actually a beautiful looking figure. I'm very pleased with how it looks. This Diablo police car is just, it's really snazzy looking. Like, just check that out. Look at that. It's great. That is great. I love it. As for some of the parts party stuff, I got the blaster, something I never thought I'd see. I got the blaster for G2 Sideswipe. The missile, I think, goes to Jazz, but they're literally the same shape, except for one's blue and the other's green, but I don't care. I still have a launching missile G2 Sideswipe, so I'm very, very excited about that. Okay, so this is a bit of an embarrassing one, but I bought a 3-pack of Autobot repainted Vehicons from RID01 to kind of do a Vehicon video in the future. Here's Night Cruise, but you're noticing I don't have the other 3 because I left them at TFL's booth, but luckily Jake picked them up and he's going to package them with my next delivery, so thank God for Transformer Land looking out for me. Speaking of more Vehicons that I got, I have the bike drone and I have thrust. So I'm 2 Vehicons away from having the entire run, because the 2 I did pick up, or the 3 I left that I did pick up, were Strika, Scavenger, and, well, it was a repaint of Mirage, but I already have Mirage down there, so I'm all set besides Blast Charge and the tank drone. So I'm set with these. These are actually, I had him as a kid. He's weird, like very weird, but his bike drone counterpart's really good. He's more accurate too. If they painted him up like this, he'd be perfectly accurate. But yeah, really excited to take a look at all these in a future review. As for the movie stuff, I didn't go as heavy this year. We got a little something coming up later that is kind of worth, like, kind of has bragging rights to it. But we've got Revenge of the Fallen Breakaway. I have Thrust over there, so it's nice to see this again. I had him as a kid too, but I traded him off for an ugly repaint of Cybertron Demolisher to one of my best friends. So that toy is still in town with me, but it doesn't live in my house, and it's weird to say. But yeah, really happy to have him again. He's a cool, really cool figure. More parts that I got. These are a little bit special because I might flip them, but then again, I might use them to add on to something that I might be getting soon. I got yellow Splendid shoulder pads. I don't have yellow Splendid yet, but just having these parts make me very happy because I know my buddy Nod from Box Obsession was just after these freaking things forever, but now I'm going to be after the whole figure forever, even though TFL has one for like 500 bucks, but thank you very much, HasLab. You made that price go up, but hey, these are cool to have. Just kind of little artifacts, I guess. And hey, hit me up if you want these, but I might say no. Depends on the price. Everybody has a price, you know. So I went a little heavy on the third-party stuff this year. The first thing I'm going to show you is I did get another Sideswipe. I got the Iron Factory little samurai fella Sideswipe. I'm actually making a tiny shelf of all their Shogun Samurai series stuff, like the, yeah. So I have the Sunstreaker already. You guys saw that from my LA haul. I'm going to probably get the Lockdown next because he's kind of the snazziest looking. Probably go Age of Extinction colors on that. And I also have the Drift too, but he's not that great. I need to, hopefully they get the other one come out again, like the reissue of the IDW one. That'd probably be better with these guys, but he's cool. He's actually really cool, and especially the weapons he comes with. He comes with a little Master Sword, like hand swords and spears, which are just so cool. A lot of the friends know that I'm wasting no time in building the Skybound cast out of the New Age figures, and I wasted no time on this trip. I bought the V1 Ratchet and the Wheeljack, which is in the box upside down, I think. Oh, no, I'm just holding it upside down. But anyhow, these are very good. The Ratchet's aged a little bit because it's based off his MP counterpart. But Johnny did say that there's another version, which I'll probably go out and seek and just sell this one for cheap. But I'm actually very happy to just have these because I do have a display getting ready to start with them. I just need to get a couple more, like the Cliffjumper Bumblebee 2-pack and RC. I hear they're kind of hard to find, but we'll see how we get on with that. As long as we're talking the New Age stuff, I did get the G2 variant of Jazz. People are probably like, why didn't you get the G1 one? I did get it, but I like this one more. So I'm putting that in the Skybound display. Find me. I don't care. I don't care if it's inaccurate. He still looks awesome. I did get a little more G1. I got the Big Mission Encore pack. This thing's actually kind of desirable. I really whittled him down on this price. I was a shrewd negotiator for this guy. But this is like the crew that gets sent to get their ass whooped by Trypticon and Five Faces of Darkness. So it's Bumblebee with his animation accurate face, Pipes, Tailgate, Swerve, and Outback. So yeah, really excited to have these guys on my shelf. They're really cool. I love mini bots, and of course I got their buddy with them. I got Powerglide as well, just to have a guy with him. I showed Matt. I was like, hey, you got a Powerglide to go with these guys? He's like, yeah, here's, just give me $10 and I'll give you a Powerglide. So I got the Powerglide for $10 and I got the whole set of mini bots there. Just need to get the other paints of these guys, even though most of them are all dead. So in terms of things that are trendy, I got a Blocky's full-size classics kit. I had to do B127 because he just looks cool. I like this design. I'm really hoping we get like a masterpiece of it sometime soon. That'd be really cool. But yeah, really happy to have this. Can't wait to build it. Might do a build video on it. I haven't decided yet, but it's possible. I also got a Battle Ravage Commander. It's not complete, but I'm just glad to have it anyway because I think this is kind of cool. So yeah, I got it from Tony's booth over there. He's always got the good loose stuff over there, so it's cool. I'm glad to have this. Never really owned this. This is the only Terracon I don't have besides Krulok, so yeah, great to have. I also picked up the missing cannons from my 07 movie Ironhide so I can finally review him. It's also, the other one with the missiles is also in the bag of crap that I left at Transformer Land, so they'll also be shipping that soon. So no harm done there. Really excited to take a look at an oldie but a goodie on the channel for sure, now that I've got the complete figure. And of course, the main event as to the thing I wanted to get at the con, the DX9 Sideswipe. This thing is so good. It's so good. The way it transforms, the way the chest works, it just like and there's no cheating here. There's no, like, all these pieces that like form the chest after the two halves split. It's still used in the vehicle mode, so it's like still technically not cheating. The only weird thing I find, it's not weird, it's more unique. The upper, like the front wheels on the car all fit into the legs, which is just witchcraft to me. The only actually weird thing about this figure is his thumbs don't have any bending there. It's all one movement like that. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. I can live with it, but overall, it's just a cool figure. I gotta give him some airtime on the channel too. So this is a fun one because I've been eyeballing this thing on TF Safari for like a month now. I got the Dark Master APC, or the APC Megatron, and then I got his pickled arm with it too. This is a cool set. He's got like everything that he's come with, the arm blade, the fusion cannon, the Dark Star Saber, and then of course the arm has the little tank thing that it's held in, like, which is why I keep calling it the pickled arm, because it's literally in brine in the show, which is funny. But yeah, this is definitely gonna probably also get a review on the channel, just because it's an older mold, and I'll be able to be like, oh, it's not current, but it's still a good figure, you know. But yeah, really excited to have these. Can't wait to crack them open again. One of the last things actually, this is one of the first things I got. I got Planet X Caucus. I told you I got a lot of third party this time. I actually pre-ordered this thing from TF Source, but they canceled it for whatever reason. I'm not sure why, don't care. Not really one to shop at TF Source. Not showing you how much I paid for that. You don't need to know. But yeah, this is one of my favorite Grimlock designs. I don't really do Dinobots that much, but when I do, I'm always going to prioritize Grimlock, especially with how many cool designs he has. I'm also a big fan of the IDW, or not the IDW, the Marvel Comics colors with the blue and stuff. It'd be kind of cool to see this design in that. But yeah, I'm real pleased with this. This is going to be a really, really cool pickup. And another thing I got from Transformer Land was a Spotlight Nightbeat comic. Had to do this. You know, he's my guy. Big deal there. Read this when I was a kid. Pretty good issue. Now I have it permanently, so that's cool. And then I also, last thing I got was the Botcon Yearbook type thing that has like all the exclusives over the years, official and not, I think, or no, it's a little bit older than that, but all the same, this is still an awesome book. It's got like every exclusive. There was even a Shattered Glass Nightbeat that I didn't know about, which for the custom class, which I might have to go pick up at some point. This is probably the rarest figure in my collection at this point. I've got a lot of sealed TF07 stuff, but this is still probably the rarest thing that I have now. It's the limited Protoform Optimus that they did. There's only like 500 of these things in the world, which is kind of crazy with how mass produced a lot of these figures were. But I'm so pleased to have this. I got it for 90 bucks because Pappy sold it to me, which I'm pleased with. So yeah, real pleased to have this. It's definitely the rarest thing in my collection right now. That's the haul. I've been TreeBot. Thanks for watching. We're gonna do another one again next year. Just depends on where it's at. And as for more conventions, we got TFCon in October coming up. Canada's Toronto one. I mean, the Toronto one's coming up, but I won't be going to that one. A little short notice, and how much money I just spent at this con. It might be for the best if I sit one out, but we'll definitely be doing Chicago in October. Just gotta order my ticket real quick. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. TreeBot out.